On DC Music Rocks, we're shining a spotlight on the great songs, artists, and incredible people behind the DC region's music scene. Folk singer-songwriter Eli Lev is a searcher, a sage, and a storyteller with a message of unity in song. He pens hymns for everyday enlightened songs that resonate because they're heartfelt, earthy, and they offer wisdom culled from self-discovery. Eli performs as a solo artist and with his band, The Fortunes Found. And just wildly talented guy. I've been an Eli Lev fan. I first found out about him, God, it must be almost 2 years ago at this point. But I've been a fan. I first heard that song Long Way Back to Shanto was my first one. And oh God, I've been such an Eli Lev fan. So I've been a fanboy for a little while. And then Emma G was on the show and she email introduced me and we connected and I'm able to have you here on the show. And I just love that you're here. Thanks for being here, man.
Thanks for having me.
It is such a treat. Now, first I want to ask, Eli Lev, is that actually your name? Like on your birth certificate or driver's license? What is it actually?
It is actually part of my legal name.
Part of it?
Yes.
Got it. Okay. So, and if they want the whole name, you're not going to tell them now? They got to see you at a show? Or
I will tell you part of the story. How about that?
Sure. Okay. Tell me.
So Lev is my legal last name.
Got it.
Now, but it wasn't before I was 18.
Oh.
Yeah. Lev was my middle name, and my last name was Bowen-Goldberg.
Wow, that's a lot.
It was a lot.
Yeah. Having a hyphenated name myself, I can appreciate the hyphen thing is a lot, man.
It was a good old time. I was known as BOGO when I was in high school. Yeah. BG.
Oh, man.
It was great.
BOGO.
It was a good
Love
moment.
It. Okay.
But when I was 18, I moved my middle name Lev to my last name. So that's part of the story.
Very cool, man. All right. And then when you see him, you can ask him about Eli and figure out what's the story with that. I dig it. It's almost like it's tantalizing. It's teasing right now. You're teasing us, man. Okay. And now, in The Fortunes Found, you call the band The Fortunes Found. Talk about that.
Right. So the first line of Making Space says, "As our fortunes find our hands." And I thought about that, and I thought about how the band came together, which was very fortunate. There were no band tryouts or let's go through 10 drummers or 20 bassists. It was just like, you're a good bassist that I found on Band Mix. He knew a drummer. We met this amazing mandolin player and found this incredible lead guitarist. So the bassist is Bojan Noveski from Macedonia. He's got an amazing vibe. Michael Moraga, he's like a power drummer from the area. We're working on a new mandolinist, Jack Dunlop. You know him? He's quite the player. He's from
heard that name.
Yeah.
Okay.
And and Dante Friziello on lead guitar, and he's just like this like prog rock lead guitarist. So you've got mandolin, you've got like prog rock lead guitar, like a incredible rhythm section, and then just me like trying to play more than 3 chords on my acoustic guitar.
Well, when you have that kind of talent behind you, you don't have to do much more. Your job's to sing and steer, steer the car and drive the show. That's what you got to do. God, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's a great sound.
It's the story behind their names. And now talk about your connection to DC. How long have you been here? What part of the city are you?
Yeah, well, I actually grew up in Silver Spring. So I went to Springbrook High School. Yeah. And then I...
Wait, so you were BOGO in Silver Spring?
Yep, in Springbrook High School. Yeah,
okay.
Blue Devils. Blue Devils represent. So I went to college in Indiana. I taught in Arizona for 3 years on the Navajo Reservation. Lived in Tel Aviv, Israel for a year and a half. Traveled another 2 years and ended up in a small country called Andorra. It's between Spain and France.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like this lost little haven. There's like 70,000 people who live there. So I was there for 3 years, came back to Indiana, and I just came back to the area 2 years ago to kind of like be with the fam. And man, just music just started happening. I played my first show at Trist, coffee shop in Washington, D.C. And then,
heard about Trist,
yeah. And then just kept doing shows, and things kept happening. And last year I made my own LLC and became a musician full time. So
congratulations,
thank you,
man! That's a hell of a leap. So props to you for making the leap. And so when you were overseas, what were you doing? It wasn't music then. When you were overseas,
teaching mostly.
Got it. Teaching what?
Usually English, private academy style. So I was one of those expats like going all over the world.
Teach English and go across.
It was fun, but
that's amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing. Then there was this moment. It's like, am I going to totally lose my roots in the U.S.? You know what I mean? And so I made that decision. It's like, come back, connect with the family, connect with my friends, and D.C. And it's amazing. I mean, this scene is just so vibrant.
Yeah,
and it's so incredible to find myself here at this moment. You know what I mean? With all this talent. So it's really very fortunate. Fortunes found.
The Fortunes Found. There it is.
Yeah.
God, it just keeps coming up. I love it. Now, tell us about your earliest memory with music.
Earliest memory with music, my mother played piano and sang and played guitar, and my dad played the oboe. And oboe is a little bit of a weird instrument.
Lots of music.
Yeah.
And oboe is a weird instrument. But it's like one of those, if played the right way, it's beautiful. Yes. And if played the wrong way, it's weird.
Yeah. No, he played it the right way. It's got the double reed, and it's just something that like your ears kind of perk up. And I think that might have had some influence on me learning the native flute, which I play in my shows now. So my earliest memory is my dad playing the oboe and my mom singing along on the piano.
True. And that brings up a good point. When they see you live in a live show, what can they expect to see? Is it guitar? Is it flute? Is it?
It's pretty wild. It really depends. I'll throw in a harmonica. I'll have a native flute. I'll have guitar. Sometimes I use the loop pedal. So I'll do like 3-part vocal harmonies and do some like percussive tapping on the guitar if it's solo.
Wow.
But I play duo shows, trio shows, and full band shows with the Fortunes Found. So it really depends on the venue and the mood that I'm in.
Nice. It can go any way. I love it.
Yeah.
Now talk about you on the personal side. So outside of this whole music thing, what do you do for fun?
Yeah. I really have to have like a kind of spiritual like escape from the whole music thing. You know what I mean? It's a lot of stuff. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's nonstop. It's
nonstop.
Constant. There's
constant.
always.
And now that I got the business, it's like you got to do social media, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to emails, everything. So lately I've been doing a lot of meditation, an hour in the morning, an hour in the evening.
You do an hour of meditation?
It's pretty intense.
Now, actually, and I saw on social media, you did like a meditation retreat or something,
10-day meditation retreat.
Wow, which you don't talk?
You don't talk, and that's not the hardest part. That's actually an easy part. The hardest part is learning how to sit on your bottom for hours on a day.
Wow.
And we're not used to it. We're used to like sitting in, as Westerners, I was used to sitting in chairs and like walking and always sitting. But learning how to sit on the ground and like be with your mind it was the hardest thing I ever had to do in my entire life. So
there you go.
So I meditate, and that's a great escape, and walking and keeping that going, some yoga and stuff. But and of course shows all the time. So
of course. And on average, you playing? Is it every day, every other day? What's Eli's schedule like?
If you saw it, you'd probably think I'd lost my mind.
You cannot tell me something like that and then not say more, man. Tell me, what does that mean?
In the next 5 days, I think I have 8 shows and 2 photo shoots with in a commercial, for 2 full-day photo shoots. And this is like, I don't really have a manager, so I'm like managing myself, so that's very interesting.
Wow, yeah.
So that has its own kind of things, but I'm finding a way, and time management is a thing, so
you gotta do it.
Making it work. Yeah.
Absolutely. Check out that virtual assistant thing. You can get a virtual assistant overseas or something.
We are in contact with the virtual assistant agency.
Oh, so good. Yes, absolutely. I'm a big fan. That's what helps me facilitate a lot of DC Music Rocks. Same thing. Got to have a team.
Yeah.
It's true. Now, what about, biggest success moment that comes to mind?
Biggest success moment will be this Saturday, July 14th at 9:30 Club, when I play my song Treason with the wooden flute on the loop pedal, and everybody's going to be clapping along, singing that chorus with me, and it's going to be a moment. I can just tell. I can already see it. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
Are
you with the Fortunes Found at 9:30, or is it just you?
Not that show. Yeah, just me. Just
cool.
A few kind of solo stuff. So yeah.
Nice. If you haven't seen a looping pedal artist, you're in for a treat. I hope you do, because there's a few good looping pedal artists in the scene, and Eli's one of them. And holy smokes, it's fun to watch the videos and watch that stuff happen, because it's like you get to see the song broken down, and then all of a sudden it comes together in its music. And for me, maybe that's a nerd moment for me, but I love that stuff.
Totally musical nerd stuff. That's exactly what the loop is. Like, you get to see what's happening, and it's like this kind of tantric kind of like development. It's amazing. Yeah,
absolutely.
I love it.
All right. Now, what do you have in your music collection that might surprise us?
Sure. Yeah, I am a proud ticket holder to the Sylvan Esso show coming up at the Anthem.
Sylvan Esso. And if they don't know Sylvan Esso, describe Sylvan. Who is Sylvan Esso?
Sylvan Esso is like an electro-pop duo that has this kind of like weird, funky, kind of cool flow to them that has nothing to do with acoustic guitars. There's no.
I play acoustic guitars, so when I listen to music, I do not want to listen to acoustic guitars. Got it. Okay.
It's totally something else, which is great. But no, I listen to flamenco. I love kind of like, salsa and bossa nova rhythms as well. I took a salsa class. I love that stuff.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so like I try and keep my options open. So.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I have a soft spot in my heart for salsa too, because I was actually in a salsa dance company for a couple of years. I used to teach lessons and perform salsa,
Brian,
merengue, and bachata. Yeah, that's little things about this white guy you didn't know. The gringo is a true term.
As well.
Bachata as well. That one's sexy.
Watch out.
Sexy. Oh, it's good.
Watch out,
I'm a big fan. Anyway.
Wow.
But now I'm a rock drummer, so things have changed. But there was a salsa dance company days. I appreciate the music.
That's amazing.
So, my favorite question to ask is, if you could offer one piece of advice, what would it be?
To who am I advising?
You're actually allowed to answer that however you like.
Okay. I feel like I'm connecting a lot to the local musician scene. And the one piece of advice that I'd have for local musicians is, going to open mics that you actually post sometimes.
Yeah.
And treating open mics as a networking opportunity.
Sure.
An opportunity to show your songs and also to like learn from other folks. And I love going to open mics. I don't know what it is about them, just that like, what is going to happen with this person on stage kind of thing.
It's true. You're like watching and the person gets up there and they're like, what are they going to do?
Yeah. I've got to be honest with you, like, even if other people think an artist is like not good, like I love it because it's just somebody like trying to express themselves. You know what I mean? And like seeing that happen is just one of the most amazing things. So I would just recommend checking out open mics. Even if you don't play, they're really cool vibes and good scenes.
Check out open mics, guys. And even if you're not a musician, I hope you check out open mics. If you're looking for a date night idea or something cool, like that's actually a really fun date idea or something with your friends. You're sitting around, what can I do? Every day of the week, every weekday, there's an open mic somewhere.
Yeah, and you're going to bond.
You can find them. I've got them on the website. You can see the local, I've got a music resources page on my site that has all the Facebook groups. You can find them, but they're everywhere, and it's so good because there's so much. So go to an open mic. I hope you do. I hope you check them out. They're all over the city. Now, one more time, if they want to, where do they go to find out more about you and follow the things that you're doing?
Yeah, I got a website, eli-lev.com, and all my shows and music and links to my YouTube and videos are all there. So from there, it's a nice kind of hub. I'm actually giving away my All Roads East album right now.
Are you really?
Yeah, through
you heard it here.
Yes.
Check it out. So sign up for an email.
Put in your email and you get the whole album for free.
The whole album. Yeah. That's it. He really wants your email. He wants to keep
I really
in touch
just want
with
to give you my music.
That's it. And then I hope you go to a show and you hear it live too, because it's just so much better live. It really is.